building.
God.
Peace, God.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah. I'm Lord Supreme Allah of the nation of gods and earth.
Okay.
I had knowledge since 1966 approximately.
Remember what month it was when you got knowledge?
Oh, no, I don't remember what month. You know, well, I see at that time, around 1966 era, you know, the nation was still new. And the knowledge was coming out to a lot of people through other people in the nation, of course. So some gods had, most of the gods at that time had bits and pieces of the lessons. I would come out to the streets. You know, some people just do the alphabet. Some people had the 1 to 10. Some other people had 1 to 36. Some people had the 12 Jews. But it's when we all come together collectively, you know, based on who have what, that's how each one teach one.
Right.
So eventually we was getting the lessons down, you know, the 1 to 10. You know, whoever had the best set of it, you know, or the supreme alphabets or the supreme mathematics. You know, everybody was learning what they had. You know, you only know what you got, what you get, and you roll with that until it all come together. Meaning that I didn't have a full, complete set of lessons until I met the Father. You know, I was given a full, complete set of the lessons and all the plus lessons that was out at that time. That was Xerox at the Street Academy. The Father had told Firstborn Prince at that time, you know, upon meeting me and him, and you know, the God that was of me named Shabu at that time, we had requested for the lessons. The Father told Firstborn Prince to give it to us. He came back with a stack of lessons like so. That was everything. And he said, give it to this God set.
Well, let me ask you, though, who was it that initially sparked you to get the knowledge in '66?
Around that time, well, my brother, my physical, his name was Abiji. He had knowledge himself. When we had spoke about it, he had told me about it.
You talking about Firstborn Abiji?
No, he wasn't Firstborn Abiji. In terms of, no, he wasn't one of the Firstborn Abiji, no. However, I was told at the time that he was might have been the first one with that name, but I don't know for sure. But he was the first one I knew other than Firstborn Abiji at that, or heard of Firstborn Abiji at that time, that I hadn't met him yet. But my brothers don't even have that name for a long time. For a long, long time. I know that. Other brothers that might have had that name might have been in a different part of the city. So I didn't know until, you know, years later I met several brothers with the name. But I know back in 1966, you know, my brothers were the only one that I knew that had that name. Okay. So that was the first time I ever heard it. Now, also at that time, most of the gods at the time, most of us had Muslim names. You know, like Abu, Abdul, my name was, I started off for the first, maybe the first few months, my name was Abu. Then I went to Abdul.
Abu to Abdul.
I went from Abu to Abdul, and then...
Servant of Allah.
That's right. And then I came upon the name Qasim. I always liked that name, so I chose that name. And I kept that name for 16 years, until 1980. Before then I was Qasim Abika Jamil.
Qasim Abika Jamil.
Qasim Abika Jamil was my name for 16 years, my first 16 years in the nation. And then in 1980 I changed it to Lord Supreme Allah because of a greater understanding that I had at that time, and based on growth and development and aspects of how I see myself and life. And at the time I was away in the penitentiary, and the guards that was, we had our cipher there, and of course great knowledge, wisdom, and understanding came out of that, and a lot of growth for all of us, and for me as well.
If Mega did this.